चली थी आंधियां काली, फंसी मझधार थी नैया।
तुम्हें जी भर पुकारा था, बचा ले आके खेवैया।
बचा ले आके खेवैया। उसी दम तेरा वो आना, बचाना न भुलाएंगे। तेरा एहसान ओ बाबा कभी ना भूल पाएंगे।
वो भी क्या बादशाहत थी, गगन धरती हमारे थे।
हवा ये चांद सूरज सब हमारे ही सहारे थे। हमारे ही सहारे थे। वो ताजो तख्त का फिर से दिलाना क्यों भुलाएंगे। तेरा एहसान ओ बाबा कभी ना भूल पाएंगे। हमारे सिर पे यूं हरदम रहे ये हाथ रहमत का।
सदा हंसता रहेगा।
ओम शांति। गुड मॉर्निंग। आज हम सभी बड़े हैं, सौभाग्यशाली बाबा के बच्चे हैं, सभी बैठे हैं, सुन रहे हैं। आज जिस दिन का हमें इंतजार था वो घड़ी आ पहुंची है, और आप सबका जो संकल्प था वो संकल्प बाबा ने पूरा किया। आप सभी का ये संकल्प था कि हमारे बीच में हमारी आदरणीय शिवानी दीदी आ जाए, हमसे मिले, हमसे बातें करे। तो वो घड़ी, वो दिन आज आ गया है, और हमारे सामने हमारी दीदी सन्मुख दिखाई दे रही है। हम उनको बहुत तहे दिल से वेलकम करते हैं और अभिनंदन करते हैं। आज हम सभी के बीच में दीदी आई हुई है, और हम सभी बच्चों का संकल्प आपने पूरा किया, इसलिए बहुत बहुत खुशी होती है। दीदी ये कब से पूरा चालू हुआ है ये हम आपको थोड़े शब्दों में बताते हैं कि किस तरह से अव्यक्त वाणी का ग्रुप तैयार हुआ है और इसकी शुरुआत कब से हुई है। मेरा सोसाइटी सब जोन
Om Shanti. So from Mira's Society, the spark wing 18th of January 2020, the program started, and in the beginning, only few of them used to join, but now there are thousands of them, and even at their own centers, there are many who join Avyakt Murli, Hindi batch and English batch. There are two batches like this. There is English batch every day from 5:30 to 6:15. There are more than 250 brothers and sisters who meet together online, and every day they study Avyakt Murli. We sisters also sometimes join when our brothers and sisters say that today you have to read the Murli for us, or you have to narrate your experience. So we also join sometimes. So every Monday, there is one sister who connects and joins Avyakt Murli and also shares her experience. So Didi, since 1996, since last few days, from 1996 to 1998, the Murlis have been revised, and this time 1999 Murlis are being revised currently. It has been 3 years that are completed today for Hindi Murli, and for English Murli Club, it has been 1 year that is completed. So all these brothers and sisters who keep, who study the Murli, and also they experience the Murlis through these sessions. So there are almost around 75 WhatsApp groups where there are more than 7,000 people who are connected to this. And every day they get the text message of the Murli audio, plus the churnings of the Murli is sent through WhatsApp. And all brothers and sisters had this desire that Shivani Didi should come once and meet this group, and that day has arrived today. We are in front of you, and all children, especially of this group, the desire is fulfilled. So we are seeing you today, and we are feeling very, very fortunate. So Didi, we welcome you once again, and we are also looking forward to hearing from you, Shivani Didi. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
So Shivani Ben is saying Om Shanti and thank you. Om Shanti.
जिस दिन हम बाबा को पहचानते हैं, समझते हैं,
Since the day
उस दिन हमारा अलौकिक जन्म
we recognize Baba and we
और फिर जैसे दीदी
see
ने कहा,
Baba, that is our alaukic birthday. And as Didi said, the group is celebrating their third birthday. It's like 3 years completed. So it's like third birthday of the group, right? Because many a times as we keep walking or moving along in Gyan, our journey becomes a little bit stagnant or stable, perhaps. Or every time the journey should go like upwards. Even if there is any organization or any company, in the beginning there is a lot of enthusiasm, and so it always goes in a steep upward direction. But sometimes the graph becomes like a parallel line, not going down, but it's not going up either, where we are, we are very comfortable, we are doing well. So it's like straight line. So it's our comfort zone, and we kind of walk on that. But every day Baba tells us new ways, new things. Even though Avyakt Murli is the same thing which we have studied before, but when we meet together and we study it again, when we hear somebody else's experiences and when we apply that experience, then these small things, the graph, which is like horizontal line, makes it go into the vertical upward direction line. So that's why Baba says we have to bring newness in our efforts. So that's why Baba says, don't forget your childhood days, because in the childhood, when we are children, the graph goes upwards very quickly. But then when we are 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in Gyan, so why we have to go in upward, but it becomes like a straight line. So when it is a horizontal line, then it's risky, because when it is horizontal, then it is very natural and easy, or perhaps we don't even get to know when it will go into downward direction. So that's why Baba always says every moment there has to be newness. That means the next moment it has to be newness. So that's why Baba says in this group we have to create a group in which there is study, there is experience, there is yoga. And so Baba says, and so Didi is saying we should join, we should express our thankfulness to Baba every day, like the parent or like the teacher. How do they, you know, create ways for the child to move forward? So how much we should thank Baba, you know. So in today's, when the email was received from Praful Bhai for today's service, and there were 2-3 things he had mentioned, and I was in middle of something and I just selected one point and I sent it to him. You know, out of 4 I just selected one and I sent it, and I didn't even realize which I had selected. And then this morning I realized that the topic of divinity and this whole week that is coming is about Navratri, which is the 9 days of goddesses, and whole world is invoking divinity. Baba has also chosen us to invoke that divinity. And I was like, oh, 2 months back this divinity topic was chosen, and I didn't even know that what are the dates of Navratri. Even till yesterday I did not realize. And only this morning this thought came that how Baba has uses us as puppets and makes us choose, and we think that, oh, I did this, I chose this. But most important thing is that I have to invoke the divinity within me. And so for that, most important thing is, because what does divinity mean? Divinity is divineness, the sanskars of the golden age, and nobody else other than God can create this miracles, that without Kalyug, without nobody is there who can make this transformation from iron age to golden age. But Baba, from the first day onwards, he says that it's very easy, it's very easy, this is easy Raj Yoga. So if somebody thinks, how can it be easy to make golden age while staying in the iron age? Because it is easy only because we are not doing anything. He is making us do. He's like Karan Karavan. He's making us do. We are only his puppets, from here to there, from here to there. We keep jumping. Sometimes this, sometimes that, but he is the one who's making it do. However, even if I forget just for a moment that I am that puppet, and if the puppet thinks even for 1 second that I am the one who did this, then that whole concept of puppet is no longer there. And so the one who is holding that thread of the puppet up there, he will say, okay, you think you are doing it, then okay, you do it. 2-3 Sundays back, Baba said, a very important thing in the Avek Murli: if you are small children, then stay small. Don't become big. If you feel you are big, then you think, oh, I am big, I can do this, I can do this. But when we are small, then we need Baba for everything. Baba, I don't know this, you come. Baba, I don't know this, how to do. So you make me do this. Because when we are small, like a small child, imagine a small child, 2 years, 3 years in Lokek, he doesn't know much to do. However, for every little thing, for everything that he has to do, he has to be dependent on his mother and father. So even the food is being fed by the parents. If the studies the parents take, the mother and father will take his hand and make him walk. So how everything the mother and father make you do, how they hold his hand and you write this, and then they tell to the child that, oh, see how beautiful you wrote, and the child also feels, yes, I wrote very nicely. But actually they are the ones who are holding behind. Even when he's eating, he thinks I am eating, but actually they are the ones who are holding the hand. And as the child grows to become 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then when the parents try to hold their hand, the child will say, now I know how to do it. I can do it myself. I know how to eat. I can eat it myself. And the child for whom this, they start basically doing it everything. They allow the parents to not hold their hands any longer. And from Lockic point of view, it is good also. But from a Lockic point of view, there is nothing more dangerous than this actually, that if you have this feeling that I know this now, you know, and without Baba, without invoking Baba, that Baba, you have to do this, I don't know this. To say these words, I need humility. Every day you should say, for everything you say, even though you're doing the same service every day, right? But like somebody said, I'm making points. We are adding those points to WhatsApp. So it's a small service, but still, if you have to make somebody co-host or you have to make somebody host, it's such a simple service. It's so technical. We know this. We keep doing this every day. But even in that little thing, there is that risk that I did it. So that's why for every little thing, before you do something, you say, Baba, you have to make this happen. I don't know how to do it. Even though you're cooking the same veggie table again every day, even while sleeping, you know, if somebody tells you make this, you can. You are so practiced in that. However, if you don't invoke Baba before you make that vegetable, then there is no divinity in that food. And from Lokik point of view, again, it might be very tasty and delicious and everybody might say good about it. But if Baba was not invoked, then it was good according to our capacity. But if you invoke Baba, that Baba, I don't know how to make it, you have to come, you have to make it, then you have added Baba's vibration to that food and Baba made you do it. Then what is the protection in that? In that there is this protection that never I, the consciousness of I never images. The opposite of divinity or divineness is I consciousness. And this I consciousness is the thing that makes our journey from going upwards to downwards. And there is no guarantee for this when, after how many years in Gyan, this I consciousness can come. After 10 years, after 20 years, you might feel that you're doing very well. I have no ego of any service. But this I consciousness is such a slippery road that it can come in any year. And so therefore, you know, either last or last to last Sunday, what did Baba say? That you feel like this, that 100 are fixed or 108 are fixed. But I am telling you, no, they are not fixed. You keep making your list. But I am telling you that nobody is fixed yet. So why Baba has said this, that not nobody is fixed yet? Because Baba said sometimes the ones who are fixed can be out of the list. And it's a very subtle thing. When we hear, we feel, oh, God is saying us because He wants to make us happy. He wants to please us. He wants to motivate us because we can come in 108. But from where? From where will we come in 108? I can see ahead of me thousands and millions, and there are so many ahead of me who have so much divinity and so much knowledge, and still God says you can come in 108. Why? Because anytime anybody can come out of the list. These are His versions. This is not what we are saying, but these are His versions. Because we see from the vision of world, we sometimes say like that no, no, you can do it, you can come first, because we say to motivate others. So that's why we feel that Baba is also saying us to motivate. But actually, He's not the human being of this world. He's God. And so we shouldn't see Him from that vision as we see the world, how world works. God doesn't work in that way. Somebody whose numbers are not good, and still we say to them, no, no, you will pass, you will do good. We know inside that they might not do well, but we say this, then this is very good because we say to motivate others. But Baba does not say with that vision or that attitude. Every word that he says is absolute truth. It is truth. He is truth. He is God. And so sometimes, you should remove the word Baba and just say God. Ishwar, because then you will remember whose versions you are listening to. It is God who is speaking. His every elevated version is truth. And so there is nothing in that in which he is going to say something to just please you or to motivate you. There is no adulteration in this form. So we have to be very clear in this way when Baba is saying this, that any time anyone can come out of the list and any time anyone can be added to that list. This is Baba who's saying it. And so what is the meaning of this? This is very, very powerful thought if you keep that I can be added to the list at any time. But this attention is also very important, that if I do not pay attention, then I could anytime come out of the list. So this list is not only of 100 or 108 or 16,000 or 9 million, but this is of all those children who have recognized God and they have sacrificed the I consciousness, or they have promised to sacrifice the I consciousness. But sometimes suddenly the I consciousness can come, and it is so subtle. In subtle form, it can come that you don't even realize or you don't even get to know that this is I consciousness. Before knowledge, um, the people of the world, when you see them, their ego can be recognized. If you tell them this is ego, this is ego, so then they'll say, yeah, yes, this is ego, this is ego. However, within us, we cannot say to each other, that time of saying to each other is finished when the godly community has just started, when everybody had the same aim of self progress, self transformation. That time, even Baba could have said to everyone that this is wrong in you, you should change this, you should transform this. And the family would also say to each other that this is not right, this is needs to be reformed. When we listen to Didi and Dadis, their experiences, we would say that two sisters or two brothers are talking to each other, and Didi or Dadi would go in front of them and directly ask, what were you talking to each other? Can today anyone come to us and ask us, what were you talking to each other? You too, what were you talking to each other? Can you tell me now? Nobody will ask us, but even if somebody will ask, we say, yeah, why should we share with you what we were talking? Because that time, that age has gone. It's not this time that anybody will say to us or anybody will uh, pick on us. They won't tell to us directly. They might say to each other, but they might not say directly to us because they feel that they might get hurt. And so nobody is going to tell us what is this I consciousness in me. So subtle checking is required because this I consciousness is the one that pulls us away from divinity. Otherwise, every day we are listening to so much knowledge of God. We are studying to Avyakt Murli every day. We are doing yoga every day. Then why is it taking so much time to emerge this divinity? Shouldn't take so many years because it's our innate quality, innate sanskar. So why so much time is required? Why golden age is not coming? Why those golden aged sanskars are not being immersed? Because that I consciousness is still there with me. Mm. So that's why sometimes the divinity emerges, but then again, I consciousness comes, and then again, little bit more divinity emerges, and then I consciousness also comes. So it is very, very important to have the subtle checking of I consciousness. Wherever there is this I, there is this subtle desire that also emerges. And if desire is created, then that is definitely iron aged sanskar. Even though, with a lot of love, we say, oh, this is towards service, this desire is for service. Again, service is also a very slippery road. Um, and on a slippery road, you have to be very, very careful as you're climbing up because on a slippery road, it's very easy to come down at a very fast speed. And so Baba says service is tool for your progress. 1996, I don't remember the date, but that time 1969, Baba said,
ने कहा अब सेवा का पाठ शुरू है
now the
अब
part of
सभी
service will
बच्चे
start.
आगे आएंगे
Now you Shiv
साहिबाजे आगे
Shaktis will
आएंगे
come in front, meaning
बाबा
all
वहां
the
से
children will come
सिलसिला
in front.
बनाया
And Baba has
और
talked a
फिर
lot
ये भी
about service in
69
that.
की बात है
This is now in
जब बाबा ने
1669, sorry, 1969. And
बाबा पहले से ही बता रहे थे
however, Baba,
कि
even before
मेजॉरिटी
that,
बच्चों में
he
वर्ड
said
यूज किया
that majority of the
मेजॉरिटी
children,
बच्चों में सेवा में मैं
majority of the
मेरा नाम
children
आएगा ये
will
भगवान ने
have this
सेवा से
I
पहले
consciousness or
ज्यादा
my
जल्दी
consciousness in
रिजल्ट
service.
बता दी थी
Even before the
लेकिन
exam, Baba
तुम
had
लोग के अंदर
narrated or Baba had
सेवा
mentioned
अपने
about this
अंदर
result
मेरा
that
पक्का आएगा
majority of the children will
आना
have
चाहिए
I
मेरा मतलब ये
consciousness or
नहीं
my
फॉर्स करने
consciousness
को
in
आएगा
the field of
कि
service. He
भगवान
did not
बोलते हैं
say
ना
it
5 साल
shouldn't come or
फरवरी
it
में
should come, but he said it
तुम्हारा उसमें
will
मैं
come. That means there
बनने
was an
वाला था
affirmation. He
ये
knew the
पक्का
result.
मेरा
And
बनने
so
वाला है
this I
मुझे
consciousness or
दिल
my
से दूर
consciousness
करता है
keeps
और
me
कई
away
बार
from my own progress. And
घसीटा
many a
सुटाता भी
times
है
it takes me on
तो
the opposite
कलयुग का
side.
संस्कार क्या होता है
So, what is the
इच्छाएं खत्म नहीं
sanskar of
होती हम
Iron Age? That
कलयुग
the
से ही आते
desires
हैं
never
ज्ञान के
finish.
अंदर इट्स
From
फाइन
Iron
कि
Age, we
हमारे अंदर
come
ये
into
संस्कार
knowledge.
है
And so,
कि
it's
हम
fine
कहाँ
that we
से आए
have this
हम
sanskar because from
कलयुग
where
से
we
आए
have come? We have come from Iron
जैसे
Age.
कोई एक व्यक्ति एक गांव से
Just
शहर
as, for
जाता है
example, if some
देश से
person
दूसरे
comes from
देश
a
में जाता
village
है
into a
है ना
city or from
इंसान
one
तो अपने समय से घर जाता है
country to another
वो
country,
एक
so he takes
दूसरे
his
शहर
sanskars with
दूसरे
his.
देश
But
के
as he
संस्कारों
starts
के
living in that
अनुसार वो
another
धीरे
city or
धीरे
another
धीरे धीरे
country, so
अडेप्ट करते
slowly,
हैं
slowly,
चेंज
slowly
करते
he
हैं
adapts and
लेकिन
he
कुछ कुछ
changes to
उसके
that
संस्कार तो रह
environment.
जाते हैं
But
जो
still,
देश
certain
से वो
sanskars
आएगा
of
जो
his
शहर से वो
still
आएगा
remain
कुछ
from
संस्कार
the
उसके रह
sanskars of
जाते
the
हैं
village
और
from
जो
which he
रह
came
जाते
or
हैं
the country
वो
from which
कभी
he
कभी
came.
बढ़
And so,
जाते हैं
whatever
तो
remains can
इसकी
also
सीखी
grow.
इतनी
So
सोने
that's
मत
why it's
चाहिए
very
आप काम से
important
ही
and
करेंगे
subtle
तो आपको
checking
ये
is
दिखाई
required.
देगा
If you
फिर
check
आपके
today,
अंदर
you will see
अब मेरे
something.
अंदर
Then
कुछ
you
नहीं
will
था
feel, ah,
लेकिन
I
वो
don't have
ढूंढने
anything
वाला
now. But
कुछ
after
और
2 months,
मिलेगा
if you check again,
क्योंकि
you will
हम
see
इस
something.
हवा में रह रहे हैं
Because
वी हैव
the
टू बी
air, the
विजिबल
environment in
हम
which we
जिस
are
हवा में रह
we
रहे
are
हैं
living,
उसका
you have to
हमारे ऊपर
always
असर
remember
कैसा
the
है
air or the
असर
environment in
कैसा
which
है
we are
इस
living,
हवा में
it
हम रह रहे
has an
हैं
influence on
हवा
us. It has an
कैसी है
impact on us.
कलयुग की
What is that
हवा
air?
अर्थात
That is
इच्छाएं
iron aged
खत्म
air.
नहीं
Hmm?
होती
The
कलयुग के लिए ये
desires
कहते
never
हैं
finish. This
नेवर
is the
एंडिंग
air of
डिजायर्स
Iron
ये
Age.
कलयुग है
The
नेवर
people of the
एंडिंग
Iron Age
डिजायर्स
will say never
इसका
ending
मतलब है
desires.
इच्छा
What
मात्रम
is
अविद्या
Golden Age? Huh?
इच्छा क्या है
Ignorant of the
पता नहीं
knowledge of desires.
और
Ichha
कलयुग
matram avidya
इच्छा
is
छूटती
ignorant
जाती
of
है
the desire,
ना
knowledge of
ट्रांजिशन
desire.
सोचना है
That means I don't
कि मुझे
even
अब
know
कहाँ
what
का है
desires are.
कहाँ का
So I have
ट्रांजिशन
to
है
see my transition
इच्छाएं
from
खत्म
here
नहीं
to
होती
there.
के
Where
संस्कार
am
से
I? Do I have the
इच्छा
sanskar
मात्रम
of
अविद्या के संस्कार
desires never
क्योंकि
finishing,
इच्छा
or do I have
मात्रम
sanskars
अविद्या
of
ही डिविनिटी
no
है
knowledge of
जब
desires?
तक मुझ
Because
आत्मा के
it is
अंदर
this
एक भी इच्छा नहीं है
stage where
डिविनिटी नहीं है
I am
पूरी तरह
ignorant
से
of the knowledge of desires
डिविनिटी
is
नहीं हो
actually the
सकती
divinity
क्योंकि
sanskar.
डिविनिटी अर्थात ऐसे है ना देने वाले तो है
Divinity means like this,
पर
giving.
इच्छा
Both
इच्छा
your
नहीं है
hands are
पर
giving,
एक इच्छा है
and
लेकिन
desire
बात तो
means
ऐसा हो गया ना
the
जब
hand are in
इच्छाएं
the
संस्कार
opposite
आ गया
opposite
डिविनिटी
direction now, where I
अर्थात
want
एक
something.
ही संकल्प में
So
एक होना
divinity
चाहिए
means not
दो
even in
चीजों
one
चाहिए
thought there should be this that
दोनों
I
हाथ
want
से क्यों
something.
देवियों को ऐसे दिखाते हैं
Why
ताकि
the
एक ही बार
deities
ऐसे
are
कह सके
represented with both
दोनों
hands
हाथ देने
in the
वाले नहीं
giving
होते हैं
form? Both
अर्थात
hands are
एक ही
giving.
संकल्प
That
में
means not even
सूक्ष्म
one
से
thought,
सूक्ष्म कोई
even at the
इच्छा दिखती
subtlest
है
to the subtle
केवल
level,
अगर वो
there is
इच्छा
no
सेवा
desire.
प्रति इच्छा
Even
है
if that desire is
एक
towards the
इच्छा है
service, then
वो
that
एक
is a
इच्छा है
desire. It
अपने
is a
आप में आपको
desire.
धोखा नहीं
Do
खाना
not
ये
fool
नहीं कहना
yourself.
कि ये
Do
दिल
not
से इसके प्रति इच्छा है
deceive yourself that saying by
थोड़ा सा
saying that,
सा है
oh, this is desire
इच्छा तो
towards the
इच्छा
service.
है बाबा
Ichha is
पास
ichha.
आने
That
से
means
पहले
desire is a
इच्छा
desire. And Baba
अच्छा
says it
अच्छा
in a
कहते
very
थे
simple form
इच्छा
that
अच्छा
desires
कहने
don't
से
allow you to
मतलब हमें
become good.
डिवाइन बनने नहीं
That means
देते
it doesn't allow
कभी
you to
नहीं
become
वो
divine.
सूक्ष्म में चेकिंग
So, in a very
जो
subtle
चाहिए
form, I
मेरे
need this
अनुसार
checking.
ये भी एक
Do I
चेकिंग है
need something to happen
सारी चीजें
according
हमें
to my
आसपास अपने दिखाई देती हैं
preference?
कुछ चीजें
Everything
हमें
that we see
दुनिया में होते
around
हुए
us,
दिखाई दे रही
some
हैं
things we
कुछ
see
चीजें हमसे
happening in the
दिखाई अपने
world,
परिवार के
some
अंदर
we
होती
see
हुई दिखाई
happening around in our alaukic family. Sometimes we see things happening in our laukic family. Some things we see things happening in the people in which with which we do the service. And so, anytime when we see something in someone, then our first and most important attention that we have to keep is that whatever we are seeing, we should not create a thought about it. This one is doing this way. This thought should not arise. Baba has said, give good wishes. These are blessings. In today's Murli, Baba said, speak slowly, speak sweetly. We have heard speak slowly, speak less. But third thing Baba said is speak in your self respect. What does this mean? Speak in your self respect. We have a long list of self respect. Now, Baba has said that not just keep that self respect point to practice it, but also make it your language. And now, not make that language just for yourself, but also for others. When we talk about somebody, whether in our own minds, whether through words, for maybe perhaps that soul might have some weakness or they might have some lacking. But if I, the soul, create a thought about that weakness, whether I think, whether I speak, or whether I hear, then I have allowed the stain of that weakness to come into my own aura. The aura that I want to keep white, I want to keep clean. Divinity means this white, clean circle. But if instantly I say, for example, oh, this one is like this, so they are like this, and so I will say they are like this, that means that stain I have taken inside. Then after a few minutes, I say, this one does like this. Then this is second stain. So, like this in the whole day, how many stains I have accumulated. And then sometimes we think that these stains are natural and we sleep with those stains. Even before sleeping, we don't clean those stains. So, it's very important that before sleeping, I should clean those stains if you did not clean them instantly as you take them. So, one is a very gross kind of effort where at night you think, for whom I said something like this, or something I heard about somebody, because this is the most important effort that is required now. This kind of thinking, this kind of listening, this kind of speaking, we have to keep this fast actually. That for anyone, no one's weakness, even at the ordinary form, I should not listen, speak, or think. Before sleeping, not just think I did yoga, I did Murli. This is very childish, childhood kind of chart. That is our lifestyle. So, lifestyle, anybody keeps a chart. That I got up. Does anybody keep a chart in the world that I got up, I ate my breakfast, I went to. That is before, when you're first 6 months in Gyan. But then it becomes a lifestyle. I don't keep a chart of lifestyle, but I have to keep a subtle chart that in my words, did I say anything about their weakness? Did I say about somebody's weakness? Perhaps I did not say, but maybe I heard. And more subtle is, did I think about that weakness? And now, even if it happened throughout the day, that means it's a recording in the soul, and so it has come into my aura. And so before I sleep, for that particular soul, I first have to ask for forgiveness because I have done something wrong with that soul. So I should first ask for forgiveness in my mind for that soul before going to bed. And then again, I have to say the same point to that soul in the language of self respect about that soul. I have to say in the language of self respect. Whether you speak to yourself, whether you speak to that soul, or whether you speak to Baba. Whatever I said, I have to say now in the language of self respect. Whether I have to say, whether I have to write. Now, what will happen when you do that? That stain that was taken in will be removed. So this I have to do before I go to bed. An even more subtle effort would be, I said now, and then after 15 minutes there was a traffic control time, and I realized that I had said this. So in that traffic control, I stop and I finish that for something that is for somebody else. For others, we take care majority of the times. But for somebody else, we say, oh, this one is like this. 2-3 Sundays before, Baba said, you children have a lot of habit of saying that this child is this way, this child is that way. So Baba said, continue that habit, but with the virtue. See how Baba teaches us that this one is like this, with the virtue. Like the parent teaches the child, this one is not like that, this one is like that. Not to speak like this, you to speak like this. So this is how Baba also teaches us. So in within 1 hour, I said something or about somebody. Then when traffic control comes, then I just check and I change. Not that one song is played and I sit quietly. No, traffic control means check and change. What I have to check in the last 1 hour, what did I say? Did I hear anything? Was there any stain? So I have to clean it. So I clean it within the time period where there is traffic control, not to wait till the night time. And there is one more benefit when you do it in the traffic control. So imagine if in the second hour the conversation is to happen about the same soul, then I will not continue it because I had checked, changed. So I will reform my conversation also. And the third subtle effort would be I said, and immediately I realized I shouldn't have said this. And in that moment itself, you stop and change that line. Hmm? You change that line and then speak it in the language of self respect. So, from today's Murli, you have to pick this line or this word that my language has to be language of self respect, meaning even if there are 10 weaknesses in the person who is in front of me, I still have to speak in the language of self respect. This one is like this, no, but this one is like this according to the speciality. So, this I have to pick from today's Murli and just practice this. Even if you just practice this one thing, your divinity will increase because our stains will finish. So these ordinary stains we have to finish because negative is finished and to great extent waste is also finished. But now this ordinary stains that are there, we have to finish this. Because when we say that this one is like this, so that means there is a subtle desire that this one should not be like that. And again, subtly it means that I am not accepting this one the way they are. So my thinking about them, my conversation about them, my face looking at them changes. And the deities don't change their face. Let's say we haven't seen the deities, but we see only the idols, and idols will not change their face. But we have seen Avyak Babdada, and just imagine that scene in front of you where Avyak Babdada is in front of the scene, and there are 25,000 brothers and sisters sitting in front. Everybody is sitting with their own sanskars, with their own mistakes, own weaknesses, with their own sins, not just mistakes, but there are a lot of sins. But God's face never changes. Every soul he sees with the same face, same vision. And how many of them go in front in on the stage? Each one by one, they go in front of Baba. Baba's face does not change. Hmm? They have their own mistakes, own weaknesses, own sins, but Baba's face does not change. Same for everyone and with everyone. So even though we haven't seen deities, but we have seen Avek Bapdada, and we have to see that and we have to change within ourselves like that, because that is divinity. That is um, example in action for us. This is divinity in action when we see Bapdada in this way. So now, whatever amount of mistakes and weaknesses we carry with us in front of Baba on this stage, but Baba still sees us with the awareness of self respect, with the language of self respect he speaks. He never says, from so many years I have spoken to you, I have told you. And Baba never says it, but he says, okay, and he gives some blessings. So, this is the language of self respect. Not just you have to listen to the blessing, you have to write the blessing, you have to think the blessing. No, but you have to start
ऐसा
speaking
ही नहीं दिया
blessings.
बने,
So that is
वही
language of
तो
self-respect.
divinity का
That my
संस्कार
vision
है।
towards everyone also becomes like
सब
that,
लोग
and
मतलब
that is
एक,
sanskar of
द्वैत
divinity.
नहीं का,
So
अद्वैत है,
in
दो मात्र
golden
नहीं
age,
है,
there is oneness, there is complete
आत्मधारी वो
unity, there is no
साकार
duality.
है।
That
ये
means we
पुरुषार्थ
accept
इस समय
each and
बहुत
every one. We
इम्पोर्टेंट
don't
है।
disagree
कलयुग में
with
बहुत
anyone.
कुछ
This
दिखाई
effort is
देगा
very
और
important.
हम
Lot
दुनिया
of
में
things will
रहते
be seen
हुए
in the Iron Age, and
हम
especially while staying in the world.
अलौकिक परिवार तो छोड़िए,
We
हम तो
forget
दुनिया
the
में भी
alaukic
किसी भी
family,
आत्मा के लिए
but
कुछ ऐसा नहीं बोल
any
सकते,
soul that we see
क्योंकि
in the
हम वहां
world,
से
we
आए
cannot
हैं।
say like that.
सवेरे
We
सवेरे
cannot
हम
speak
योग
just
करते हैं
anyhow.
कि
Why?
मैं
Because what kind of, what
परम
quality of
कौन
souls
सा
we are.
कल्प वृक्ष
In the
है, और
morning,
मैं
we
बाबा के साथ,
sit with
मैं
Baba and we say
अवतार मूर्त
that
आत्मा, मैं
I am
बाबा
the
के
image
ऐसे
of
पूरे कल्प
support.
वृक्ष को
When
साकार
I'm
किया।
sitting with the
जिस
seed
दिन हमने
with
सुबह
Baba
देखा
in the
उस
Paramdham,
कल्प वृक्ष में
in the
कौन कौन आता
tree,
है, उस
who
कल्प वृक्ष
comes
में इस
in that
पृथ्वी की
tree?
हर
In that
आत्मा आई
tree,
है।
all the
चाहे
souls of
आपको
this
कल
world
पता
are
चला
included.
कि उस
Even though
आत्मा
you
ने
got
इस
to know
पृथ्वी
yesterday
में
that
घोर अपराध
this
किया है,
soul has done a
घोर अपराध किया है,
big
एक
sin or
महापाप
big
है, जिसके ऊपर बहुत
mistake on
स्ट्रॉन्ग
this
लीगल एक्शन
world,
लिया
and so
जाएगा।
there's a lot of
और
big
हम दुनिया में
legal
रहते हुए
action will be taken
वही
against
बात
this
सुनते
soul.
हैं,
And
वही
while
बात
staying in the
दोहराते
world,
हैं,
we also
बोलते
hear
हैं
it, we
कि
talk
ओ
about
उसने
it,
कैसा
perhaps
कैसा
we
ऐसा
think
कैसा,
about it,
हम
see how
भूल
they
जाते
did,
हैं
what they did,
वो
but
कर्म
we
वृक्ष
forget that
इन्हीं
I am
एक आशा
actually in
जड़ों में
that tree
बैठा
of
हुआ है
humanity, in
कि
this,
मेरी
in
भी
the
आशा
roots
कल्प उस
sitting
आत्मा तक
besides the
पहुंच गई,
seed, and
जिसने
my
मुझे
every
दुनिया
thought
में
is
रहते हुए फिर
reaching
मुझे
that
भूल
soul
दिया, लेकिन उसने
for
मुझसे
whom
पाप
I
किया है,
just
दुनिया
said
ने माना कि
something.
उसने पाप किया है।
And then I
मेरी
said, but
दुनिया
he
में
has
पूरी
committed a
सोच
sin. The
जुड़ी
world
हुई है,
thinks he has
लेकिन
committed the
डिवाइन
sin.
आत्मा वैसे नहीं
But that
सोच
is the
सकती,
thinking of the world.
डिवाइन
The
आत्मा नहीं
divine
बोल
soul
सकती,
cannot think
क्योंकि
in the
डिवाइन
same
आत्मा
way,
पर दाग
like
नहीं
how the
होना
world
चाहिए।
thinks, because
दाग
otherwise there will
आएगा
be
वो बोलकर,
stain
वो सोच से,
on the
पर
divine
डिवाइन
soul if I
आत्मा
say something like
हर
that or if I
एक
think something like
सेंस
that.
और
So the
सिरस्व
divine
दुआ
soul has to
हर एक
only give
सेंस और
good
सिरस्व
wishes
वरदान
and
हर एक
blessings
को
to
सेंस
everyone,
और सिरस्व
only give
सम्मान की भाषा से
language
देती
of
है।
self-respect
जो
to
हमने ये
others.
पुरुषार्थ अगर करना
So
शुरू कर
if
दिया, जो कि बहुत
we are
सरल
able
है,
to do
हमारे
this
लोगों को
effort, which
छोटे
is very
छोटे जो दाग
easy,
लगाने
then
रहते हैं
these
बस
small,
हल्के से
small, small
वो
stains that
फिनिश हो
keep
जाएंगे।
coming on us,
अगर दाग
they will
नहीं फिनिश
completely
होते
finish. And if
दिव्यता
these
इमर्ज होगी,
stains finish, then
मुझसे
automatically the
आज
divinity
की
will
वाणी
emerge
से
in a very
इसको
easy way.
पकड़ लेना
So
कि
this
मेरी
you catch
भाषा
from today's Murli, that my
कम,
language
मीठा,
should be
स्वाभाव,
less
बाबा ने कहा
sweet
अलौकिकता
and full of
निखारो,
self-respect.
फरिश्ते की
Baba
तरह,
said, speak like in
फरिश्ते की
a
तरह।
Lokik way, spiritual
ब्राह्मण के
language,
रूप में
like an
बोलो,
angel language, not even like a
सत्य
Brahmin,
में नहीं बोलो,
not even as a
अलौकिक
conference
बोलो,
aged soul,
फरिश्ते
but
की
a
तरह।
Lokik,
सत्य
spiritual,
बोलने
like an
में
angel.
शांति भाव आता है,
Okay,
फरिश्ते के बोल
because
में
in the conference aged soul, there is
अफेक्शन का
the
भाव होता है।
feeling or
मुझे
attitude of being
समझो,
an effort maker,
और उसी को
but in the
सीखना
form of an angel, there is
और बोलना
feeling or attitude of
इजी होता है।
completeness. And so you
बहुत
say
सारे
this to
बोलना
yourself and
ऐसे
do.
हैं। दो
So
तीन साल के
Baba
एज में हमें
teaches
बच्चों
us,
को जो भाषाएं
like
सिखाई जाती हैं,
in
एक
Lokik
साल में
also
से
two,
कौन सी भाषा सिखा
3
रहा है,
years children are
और
taught
अभी तक
to
हम वो एक भाषा को
learn
अच्छे
or
से
speak
नहीं
two,
सीखे।
three
वो
languages.
है
And so now Baba
अलौकिक
is
भाषा,
teaching us
अलौकिक
this language,
भाषा। भाषा
which
को
is
चेक
Avyak
करना तो इजी
language,
होता
which
है,
is Alokik,
संकल्प को
spiritual
जो
language.
सूक्ष्म है चेक करना
And it is easy to
को चेक
check
करना
at the level of
इजी है।
thoughts.
और इसलिए आज की
Sometimes it
वाणी
might be
बाबा ने कहा
difficult to check at the
बोलते
level of
कर्म
thoughts,
करो,
but today Baba is saying
बोलते
check at
रहो
the level of
सेवक हो,
words.
बोलते रहो
When you
बरकत करो।
speak,
तो कहने के लिए
at
वही
the
चेक करना
level of
बहुत
words,
सिंपल
you
सा है,
say your words, you
बहुत
speak
सिंपल होता है।
essentially, and it is
इसको
very
पकड़ें,
simple to
इसको
check.
करें,
So
और
catch
एक एक
this,
ये जो
do
इच्छा
this,
रह गई है ना कि
and
ये
each
बदल
one
जाए,
of
ये
you,
ठीक हो
like
जाए,
this small
इसी को
desires,
पूरा
this
करना
one
है
should
एक
change, this one
पुरुषार्थ।
should change.
अर्थात मुझे
Even to
आपने
defame somebody
स्वीकार नहीं किया,
is a
मेरी
desire,
इच्छा
because I
वो
have not
ऐसे
accepted.
नहीं होनी
My
चाहिए,
desire is
इस
that they
इच्छा को
shouldn't be like
खत्म
this.
करना है,
This
इसको
desire also
कैसे
should
रोक
be
सकते हैं।
finished and just become like
पता है,
this,
उन
where
दोनों
both
को
your hands are
एक ही
giving,
संकल्प से
giving them
सीखा,
blessings, giving them
तब
good wishes,
तब
not
तक
even in one thought you're taking.
सांस
So that
एक
is
मिनट
like
वाला
creating
संस्कार
golden aged
सहज रूप
sanskar of
से
unity, of
हमारे अंदर
oneness,
इमर्ज
very easily it will emerge within us.
अच्छा जी, शुक्र
Okay,
शुक्र।
ji.
आप
Thank
आपके
you.
मन में कुछ बात हो तो कहिए।
Abhi, now if there is anything in your mind, your heart, then let me
मेरी
know.
कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं।
हाँ जी,
So there are a few
एक
questions.
क्वेश्चन है कि हर क्षण अलर्ट कैसे रहें, हाउ टू गेट न्यूनेस
how to stay alert in every moment, every second,
every
and then
moment.
how to
ऐसे
experience
जैसे
growth in every moment.
जैसे जैसे हम
So
जैसे आप लोग एक दूसरे के लिए पॉइंट्स निकालते हैं
as you
होमवर्क
take
निकालते
points
हैं
for each other,
अब
you
होमवर्क
get
निकला
homework.
और उसको
Now that homework
इम्प्लीमेंट
is there,
जैसे
right? And so
आज
you implement that.
आज
So
जैसे
for
मैंने ये
example,
होमवर्क
we
लिया
took this
कि
homework
मेरा
from
मेरा
today's
कोई
Murli that my
रिलेशनशिप
language, my
समझने
word
वाला
should be
कोई
of angel,
सिर्फ
should be
अपने लिए नहीं सिर्फ
filled
मेरे
with
से नहीं
self-respect,
मैं
not just for
समाज वाला बोल
myself.
सिर्फ अपने लिए नहीं
The language of
समाज वाला
self-respect is
बोल
not
हर
just towards
आत्मा के
myself,
प्रति
but for
अगर
every
मैंने
soul.
आज ये
If
अटेंशन
I
रखा
take this homework
अटेंशन
and pay
रखा
attention to it,
अब इसका मतलब ये
attention
नहीं
means
है
you're
कि
checking, you're
अटेंशन रखेंगे
constantly
तो फिर हमारे
checking.
मुकाबले भी दूसरा
So
कोई नहीं
attention
मिलेगा
doesn't mean that
एक भी
you
पर्सन साथ
never
नहीं
ever
मिलेगा
any word
लेकिन
other
अटेंशन
than
रखने से
self-respect will emerge.
हमें
No,
दिखेगा
in
कि
one
बाहर
day
चल
it
रहा
will
है
not
हम
change.
तुरंत
But
कैसे
if
उसको
you
चेंज
keep
करें
attention, you will realize I said something wrong and you will
पिछले हफ्ते
instantly try to
हमारे
change it.
पास हरीश
For
भाई
example,
जो बाबा की
last
दीक्षा में है
week
वो अपने
there
बच्चों
was
के साथ
brother
ऐसा है
Harish who
उनकी
came to
बेटी
us
नित्या
with his
बहुत स्वीट है
brothers,
ना एंजल वो
sorry,
वो
with
ऐसे
his
बोलती थी
children. And
कि
so
मैंने ये
Nitya
किया
Ben is daughter,
मतलब
and she would
मेल
say,
फिगर की तरह भाई की तरह बोलती थी
so
मैं
she
ये
would
करूंगी
say,
मैं इतना
I would do
करूंगी
this. In Hindi
फिर उसने
language, there is
देखा नित्या
difference between
अब
how the
मैं ये
brother says and
करूंगी
how the sister says.
हाँ फिर
You
ऐसे
know,
किया
karunga,
तो वो लोग तैयार
karungi.
होती
There is
है
this
ये
little
नहीं
difference.
खाऊंगा कहा
So
नित्या
this
ये
girl,
नहीं
who is
खाऊंगी
daughter of Harish Bhai, would
एसेंस
always speak in
तो
the
या
in
तो
the
क्या था
language or the grammar
इसको
which
उस
is
वक्त
used
से
for
रिपीट
brothers.
रिपीट कराया ये
So
उसका बचपन
only
से
one or
संस्कार है
two times
मतलब
he
बहुत बच्चों
stopped
में होता
her
है धीरे धीरे
and
वो चेंज हो
corrected
जाता
her,
है
and many
सिर्फ
children have
तीन
this
बार
sanskar.
मैक्सिमम
And
उसने
only three
रिपीट
times,
किया
maybe
बस
maximum
तीन
three
बार
times, he
उसने ये
stopped
संकल्प
her
लिया
and told her
उसने वो
not to say
बोला
like this.
और फिर कोई
Then
नहीं उसको रिपीट किया मतलब किसी और ने उसको अब नहीं बोलना था उसने
next,
बोला
after
मैं
three
ये
times, she
करूंगा फिर
said,
तुरंत
I will
बदल गया
do
मैं
this
ये
in the language
करूंगा
of brother, and then
अब
said, no,
मैं
no.
उसको चेंज
She
करूंगी
changed the
अपने
grammar
आप
to
को
the
वो भी तो
way how
भाषा
a
को ही चेंज
sister's
कर रही थी ना
grammar
वो
is
वर्ड को
used.
चेंज कर रही थी
So
तो
it's a
चार
very
पांच बार
simple
उसको
way.
ये
Just
बोला और
she said
उसके
4 5
उसने
times like that.
आधी
She
जो चीजें
corrected
हैं
herself,
उसने फर्स्ट टाइम
and
में
then
राइट मैसेज
for
दिया और
half
आधी
of the
बार में उसने
times
गलत
she
गलत उसको
corrected
रिपीट किया
herself
और ये सारा
in the
काम
first
सिर्फ एक
instance.
बच्चे की
She did
बुद्धि
not
के
take
अंदर हो गया
time,
सिर्फ
but for
एक
some
दिन के
times
अंदर
she
एक बच्चे
did
ने
say in the
समझा
brothers
फिर कुछ बार
grammar,
गलती
but
की तुरंत
corrected
चेंज किया
herself very
और थोड़ी
quickly
देर के बाद
also.
उसने नेचुरल रूप से उस चेंज को ले आया यही तो बाबा
So
हमें
this
बोलते
is
हैं
what Baba is asking us also,
यही तो
that we
बाबा
have to,
बोल रहा है
in a very
पहले हम
natural way,
समझे कि
bring the
बाद में
chance
क्या
for
बोला सब
change.
मान के बोला
First, we
सब बोला
understand
कि
what
उसको
Baba is
रिपीट
saying by
करें
saying
बोले
the
बाबा
language
ऐसा
of
नहीं ऐसा
self-respect.
और
And
धीरे
sometimes we
धीरे
might not
हमें
say in that
करके
language, but
गलती
then we
करके नहीं रिपीट
realize, we
करना पड़ेगा
correct, and
वो
then we
हमारे
change
से
it.
नेचुरल आने लगेगा
And
धीरे
after
धीरे
some time, it won't
बस ये
require
अटेंशन रखना
this
है और ये
correction
अटेंशन में हम
also.
यूनिस ला
It
रहे हैं
will become
हमारे
natural.
संस्कार
So
से
this
जो सीखा है
attention is
उस बच्चे
required.
का
So this
संस्कार
attention is
दिखाते हुए
also
चेंज हो जाता
newness,
है
but also it will
हमारा
change our
10 दिन में तो हो
sanskars.
जाएगा ना
So
फिर
that
एक बार
child was
जाकर
able to
15 से
change it in 1 hour.
सकते हैं
We,
तो इस
Baba's children, can
अटेंशन
change it
जो
at least
हमने
in few
होमवर्क
days, no?
लिया
So
अगर
just this
उसको तुरंत
attention that
करेक्ट करें
whatever
तो
homework I
हमारे
have
वहाँ
taken,
न्यूनेस
if I
आएगा
implement that, then there
न्यूनेस
is
आएगा
newness that is
आएगी नहीं
emerging
सीखना
in myself.
जो हमने
Now,
होमवर्क
whether the
लिया
newness will
अगर
come or not,
उसको
we have to
करना
not
है
think like that.
तो मेरा
But
फिर
if
पूरा
I
काम
am
हो रहा
doing the
है
homework,
वो
then
जाने वाला
something
है फिर
old is
नतीजा आ रही है
finishing and
तो
newness is
जा रही है
emerging in
बच्चों
my
इस
soul.
तरफ जा
So
रही
that
जा रही
means my
अगर मैं
journey is
अटेंशन
going in the upward
को
direction.
कई बार
But if I don't give
बोल
attention,
देती
then
हूँ
I might
तो मैंने
sometimes
पहले भी
say
कभी नहीं
words
बोले
which
ये
I
भी
must
होता
have
है
not even
मतलब हम
uttered
ऐसे
ever
जैसे जाते
before.
हैं
This also
ऐसे
happens
जैसे
sometimes.
और
We
फिर
go
ऐसे
upwards, then we
ऐसे
become horizontal,
दीपक
then
भाई
we
याद
come
है
downward.
ISML में हमको ग्राफ सिखाते थे ना ऐसा
So,
ऐसा मतलब हमें
Deepaben, you remember
हमेशा
the
ग्राफ सिखाते
SML,
ये हो
in the
गई तो फिर
SML
ऐसे
course, which
जाती
is
है
the
फिर
leadership course,
ऐसे हो जाती है
where they
और
show us
फिर
this graph where
ऐसे
you go
ऐसे
upwards,
समटाइम्स
then you go
ऐसे ऐसे
horizontal, like
बहुत
you
जल्दी से
reach a
मतलब इसको मैं
plateau,
व्यक्त
and
नहीं कर
then you
सकती
go upwards
ऐसे ऐसे
again. But
हमारे साथ भी
sometimes
ऐसा होता है
instead of from the plateau
ऐसे
going
ऐसे
upwards, you
और
actually
इसका
go
रीजन सिर्फ
downwards.
एक है हम
So
अभी
the
उस
reason
वाइब्रेशन में
only
रह रहे हैं उस
reason for
वाइब्रेशन की
this is
शब्द
because the
वो
vibrations
इसलिए
of
या
the
फिर वो
Iron
शब्द
Age,
किसी विधि से वो
we
शब्द वो
we we are staying in Iron Age. So the vibrations of this Iron Age, either from media, either from newspaper, either from friends, it comes into my aura, my environment. And so it's easy sometimes to get affected. But if we keep attention and checking, then keep changing, then it will become natural.
Okay, another question. What is meaning of soul contract? When the person closest to you breaks your trust, And deep
What is
down,
the meaning of soul contract? If the person closest to you breaks your trust and still tells you loves you a lot, does it trigger you? Does it stimulate you to bring into life lessons
अच्छा
to bring you
soul
closer to
contract
God?
word तो मैंने पहली बार सुना है आज but it's cute.
So soul contract word I have heard
if
for
all
first
desires
time,
for
Shivani Didi is
spirituality are
saying.
also leading to ego, then how to overcome and what is written?
Somebody who loves us and whom we love, हम जिनसे प्यार करते हैं वो हमसे प्यार करते हैं. अब हमारी तो बाबा के बच्चों की तो प्यार की परिभाषा बदल जाती है ना. ये वो दुनिया वाली प्यार की परिभाषा तो है नहीं कि हम इनसे प्यार करते हैं, हम इससे प्यार करते हैं. देवी देवताओं का ऐसा सिलेक्टिव नहीं होता, हम इससे प्यार करते हैं, हम इनसे प्यार करते हैं. हमारा सबके लिए सेम है. जैसे बाबा का सबके लिए सेम, देवी देवताओं का सबके लिए सेम, हमारा
So
भी सबके लिए
there
सेम है.
is no
बस
contract as
इसलिए
such,
थोड़ा
but we
ज़्यादा
have to have
थोड़ा
love for
हाँ
everyone.
डिविनिटी
Like
हमारी
Baba has love for
काउंटर पार्ट है
everybody,
तो
you
सबके
know,
लिए सेम है.
deities have love for everybody. So we have to have
समझदार
same love for
आपसे बहुत
everybody.
प्यार करता है लेकिन
But
सामने
the
वाले के
person
पास
who
तो
is
अपने सेट ऑफ
loving you
संस्कार है ना.
most in front of
सेट
you,
ऑफ
whoever is
संस्कार
there,
जो है तो वो
they also
ज़्यादा
carry a set of
महत्वपूर्ण है.
sanskars.
सम्मान
And
आप
so
दे
even
सकते
though
हो
they love
लेकिन
you a
उनके
lot, they
डर की
respect you
वजह
a
से
lot,
उन्होंने
but
झूठ बोल दिया तो
because
अभी अपने
out of
भाई
fear,
को डर की
sometimes they
वजह से
say lies to
धोखा दे
you,
दिया
or
तो वो
because of
ठीक
some
है नहीं.
weakness, they
वो आपको
deceive you.
माफ नहीं
But
करते
it
हैं
does not
उससे.
mean that they don't love you or they
वो
don't respect
उनका
you,
संस्कार है,
but that is
वो
their
उनका कर्म है.
sanskar. That is their
हमारी तरफ
action.
से कुछ नहीं तो
And
चेंज होगा.
so,
वही तो डिविनिटी
from
है.
our side, nothing
ये
should
तो
change.
सिक्योरिटी
That is
केस में
divinity.
इस
And
लाइन
that's
में कोई
why
भी आ रहा होगा
deities are
उसका हाथ
both
नहीं
hands like
छूटेगा.
this. Even
अव्यक्त
though
बाबा दादा भी
anybody in
इसी
the
लाइन में
line
कोई भी
comes
आके
in front
आपका
of
हाथ
them,
चेंज भी नहीं
Avyak
करना
Bab
चाहते
Dada
हैं
also,
क्योंकि
anybody in the
उनको
line
कभी
comes in
चेंज
front
नहीं
of
हो
him,
सकता
Baba's face
क्योंकि हम
doesn't change.
अंडरस्टैंड
So
करते हैं कलयुग
similarly,
की
my face should
अनकंडीशनल
also not change,
आत्माओं के अंदर बहुत
because we
सारे संस्कार
understand
स्टोर हो
that
गए
at
हैं.
the end of the Iron Age,
संस्कार
many
हार्डन
sanskars
हो
are
जाते हैं
emerging
बर्थ से.
in the souls.
बार
And so
बार
whatever
पुराने बाबा के
sanskars are
साहस
emerging in
यही
them,
अपनी भी
from
शक्ति
my
नहीं है.
side, I
बाबा
should be
के
able to
सकाश
give them
प्रकाश
good wishes,
महसूस
and
होते हैं
Baba's
ताकि वो
sakash
आत्मा
that
और
is
भी
coming
शक्तिशाली.
through me
इसको हम
should
अपना
help that
karmic
soul.
account कहें तो
You can
karmic
call
account
this
तो
your
है ही नहीं
karmic
कि हर चीज
account.
का
I mean,
karmic
it
account है.
is karmic
किसी चीज
account.
से जुड़े तो
Everything is
हमारा
karmic
karmic
account.
account है.
But
जो भी हमारे सामने आ
whatever
रहा है
you
वो
say,
हमारा
whoever comes
karmic
in front
account है.
of
अगर
us,
हमने
it is our
उससे
karmic
बाबा
account.
के
But in that
अनुसार
moment,
उस
according
आत्मा
to
के बारे में
Baba's
कोई
teaching,
गलत संकल्प नहीं किया,
if we do
कोई
not
भी
create
देवदार
any
सदा
wrong
मैं
thought,
ऐसे
if we
कर सकता,
don't
मेरे साथ
cry,
ऐसे
if
कर
we
सकता,
don't
मेरी सारी
become sad
इच्छाएं हैं.
or
अगर हमने
disheartened,
वो
this
नहीं
they
किया
did like
और
this, they
हमने
did like this.
जैसे
This is
बाबा
also
का
desires.
बताया बस
If
वैसे
we
किया
don't do all of
तो
that
फिर
and we
हम
just
उसमें
do as
शायद
Baba's
शक्तिशाली
teachings,
निकल कर आए.
then we
एक
can
अपने आप
come
को
out
स्ट्रांग
of
बना
this
दो
test
एज अ
paper
क्रिश्चियन. लेकिन
very
अगर हमारे
strong.
ऑर्डिनरी तरह से
So this
रिएक्शन
situation
है,
will make
वो
it
जो
strong.
थोड़ा
But if
बुरा
we
है कि
reacted
वो
in an
ऐसा
ordinary
कैसे
way,
हुआ,
I felt
वो तो
little bad.
ऑर्डिनरी रिएक्शन है.
I,
और अगर हमने
why
और
did
ज्यादा
they do
ध्यान
like
देंगे तो
this? So
फिर
that's an
वो
ordinary
बहुत
response,
बुरे
ordinary
हमने
reaction.
उनसे झगड़ा किया
And
तो
if
वो
I
बहुत
cry
उल्टा
and if
रिएक्शन
I
है. तो कार्मिक अकाउंट
fight
क्या
with
है?
them, have
अगर
conflict
जब
with them, then
कार्मिक
that is
अकाउंट नहीं
Iron
था,
Age Sanskar.
हमारा
So
प्रेजेंट
even though
संस्कार
karmic account was there, but if
एलिवेटेड था,
it came in
ऑर्डिनरी
front of
था
me
या
and my
एलिवेटेड था,
response was
तो हम
not
फिर उस
ordinary,
आत्मा के
but
साथ
it was
फिर से एक
elevated,
कार्मिक अकाउंट में इंटैंगल रह
then
गए हैं. एंड ये संगम युग किस
I
लिए
free
है?
myself.
अपनी सारी
Suppose it was
स्पर्धाओं
not
को
elevated, it was ordinary
समेटने के
or
लिए.
even
तो इसलिए
Iron Aged,
सामने से कुछ
then
भी
I
आए
entangle
हमारी
myself
तरफ
in
से
that karmic
ये होना
account even
चाहिए,
more.
एयरटेंशन
So
होना
that's
चाहिए.
why
अब
whatever
हमारा
may
वो
come in
कार्मिक
front of
अकाउंट क्या
you,
हुआ?
our
क्लोज हुआ
hands should be
क्योंकि हमने
giving.
इंटैंगल नहीं
Then
किया.
what happens?
हमने
That karmic
क्लोज नहीं
account
किया.
closes. Why?
बाबा
Because we
हमने
did not
उसको रिसीव
entangle us.
किया,
Baba
हमारा वो
used
कार्मिक
me and
अकाउंट है.
gave him. So my
तो
karmic
बाबा
account is not
प्यार है
created.
बाबा का. हम
Baba's
किसी के
powers,
लिए ये नहीं
Baba's
कहते
love,
मेरा उनसे
everything
प्यार,
Baba.
उनका मुझसे
So
प्यार.
I
जब
shouldn't
हम
say
अटैचमेंट करके
my love
इंटैंगल
for them,
करते
their
हैं,
love for me,
मेरी तरफ से
because all
सारी
of this is
एनर्जी उनको बाबा
attachment
की.
and it
मैं अपना
entangles
ड्रामा
us.
फिनिश करके
But if we
अपना
finish
बाबा
this eye
बनाना, यूज
consciousness and
करने
just
का.
say it's
तो
Baba's
सामने
love,
वाले को
Baba's
हम
powers,
नहीं लेकिन
then
हमारे द्वारा
it
बाबा की
helps,
फीलिंग आनी
because
चाहिए.
not my,
बाबा
if they
आप
also
करने के
should
लिए
feel
रेडी हैं, खाली
Baba's,
इस बात को एम्फसाइज कर लें,
the
आपके लिए
feelings
रेडी
for
हैं.
Baba
तो
should
हमारी
emerge in them.
बाबा की दृष्टि,
Through us,
बाबा
it
की
should be that
स्तुति,
they receive
बाबा
Baba's
का प्यार
drishti.
सब
Through us, they
बाबा का.
feel
वो
Baba's
तभी होगा
smile or
जब हम
Baba's
अपने मैं
presence.
के मैं
And
नहीं
it will
रहेंगे.
happen
वी हैव
only
टू
when
फिनिश
this
दिस.
eye
हो सकता है
consciousness
बट इट
finishes.
विल
It is an
हैपन.
effort, but it finishes. It will finish. So we do this. Desires in spirituality are not there. In spirituality, there are good wishes or pure auspicious feelings. Now we keep good feelings for efforts, we give good feelings for service, And in good feelings, the stage will be stable. But if there are desires, then the stage will be shaking. It would shake. However, if there is no desire and it is good feelings, then you will remain unshakable and you'll go upwards. Even if there is a small thought like I have to do Amrit Vela. Now, for example, by chance, one day you miss it. Uh, Today it missed, so it's okay. I will sit now. Even though I was tired, I was not rested well, I was feeling sick, whatever. But if I don't do like this, if I don't talk like this, instead I say, oh, my Amrit Vela is missed. I did such a big mistake. I don't know what will happen now. So this guilt that we create, it doesn't take us in the upward direction, but it actually pulls us down. So on the confluence age, we should not create any such thoughts which will take our stage down. Even self-criticism, self-guilt, this brings our stage down. So even if there is a mistake that happens, in 1 second I apply a full stop, and now again I have to change. Now again I have to change. That is newness. Not even to think about the mistake, not about to talk about that mistake, not about, not even, feel anything about that mistake. Just apply full stop, because this is the time to go upwards in the ascending stage. Because even if we come little bit down, then it's a slippery road and it'll go down very fast. It takes effort, but little days, few
Okay,
days, if we
one
practice, then it'll become
question.
easy.
If everything is in drama,
If every
drama को
third question, if everything is in drama, then how to make drama better? If everything is in drama, so how can we make drama better? So the beautiful part is everything is in drama, but we don't know the drama. That's the whole thing. So I don't know how today's Sunday is going to be. Do you know how your today will be? Do you know how what is written in drama for today for you? We don't know anything. We don't know even now 6:25 and at 6:30 what will happen in drama. I don't know what is written in drama. So not to take this line in with that energy that everything is already in drama and nothing is in my drama. But actually what I am doing now, I'm creating my drama. I don't know anything what will happen at 6:30. But whatever I will do, that is what the drama will be made. Drama is not written. Drama is actually what we will do now will be created. And when that scene is completed of drama, and if we regret that, then Baba says that was drama. But child, it was written in drama and it is done. Because God is also a teacher, and as a teacher, he has this one aim that we go in upward direction. So for every scene, he gives us a thought. So if something happens and a little bit not accurate, then Baba says, child, do not have any guilt, don't create any hurt. Child, it wasn't drama, no? So just apply a full stop. But this is only for what has already happened. So even in that, Baba is teaching us to apply a full stop. But what is going to happen now, if we say whatever is going to happen drama, then that means I'm using that point in a wrong way. For example, in your kitchen, there are different ingredients, but you should know, no, that in which I have to add salt, in which I have to add sugar. If you do opposite, then there will be confusion, right? So Baba will give you all the ingredients, but which scene what you have to add, if that becomes opposite, then all the effort will become opposite. But drama is there, it's only for that scene which is already over, it's done, it's happened. So never to say that whatever will happen in drama will happen, because that also brings our effort down, our it brings our enthusiasm down. Drama's point is only should be used only for the past, even if it is 2 minutes before. But whatever is going to happen, that should be experienced with full enthusiasm, with full connection with Baba, and write the drama as per your choice. This point should never be there in your intellect. That drama is already fixed. Every day we are actually creating our drama, right? Every day we are deciding how today's Sunday we are going to create a very divine Sunday, or we are or if there is a small mistake, and the whole Sunday will be up and down. So we have to write this drama today. And Baba has given this power to all of us, that today your thought, word, and actions, you have to write every scene of your drama. You yourself have to write it. Nothing is fixed in that way. Everything we are writing. That much awareness and alertness we have to spend every day. Whatever has happened, for that we can say it's drama, so that mind doesn't stay in the past. You have to look at the teacher. Every point that the teacher gives us is the point that will keep us moving forward. But to take the point in the right way is our
Okay, sister.
responsibility.
अभी एक question है. There is a strong mother attachment to a child. No
So
matter
there is
how
another
I
question.
try,
Mother is
to
attached to a
I cannot
child, and in this
practice
situation,
detachment. How to
no
work
matter how
with
much I
mother
try,
at that
I'm
time?
not able to practice detachment. So how to do this? Or and then how to keep a stable and consistent stage? Stable and consistent. So So Shivani Didi is saying, in the subtle way, in your mind, you stop telling that this one is my child, this one is my child. I'm not saying in the words. In words, you have to keep the way you are, but inside, in your mind, you have to change the wordings. You have to change the vocabulary. That this one is Baba's child, this one is Baba's child, and this place where I stay is Baba's service center. This is Baba's child, and I, the soul, I am instrument for this service center. So change and bring this shift in your consciousness. You can see all the sisters who stay at the center. Um, eh, if one day they are with their parents, and then suddenly next day they are at the center. So, however, when they come out of the house and be at the center, a whole 360-degree change in the consciousness is observed. And as soon as they come in the center and they stay even for a few months, then their face, their spirituality, their words, their language, everything of theirs is changed. Nobody would believe that only for a few months they're here. Since just 2-3 months, how can so much change is seen? So the fundamental change comes because of the consciousness that where am I staying? With whom am I staying? When I stay at home, I say, this is my house, I'm staying at home, this is my family, this is my children. This is an ingrained deep consciousness. However, this staying of I and my definitely then are coming in our aura. And so whoever is in front of us, in this case the children, they are always saying my mother, my mother, my mother. So from the child's side, the attachment is very strong. And now if from the mother's side also, if the same energy comes, then of course that attachment will become very strong, so it won't decrease. So one is that to the extent that we make effort in Gyan, Yoga, and Dharana, so naturally this attachment will decrease, because attachment means the battery of the soul is bit low. And so the more the battery is charged with Gyan and Yoga, then the detachment happens at a very normal rate. It does not mean that you separate from your children or you create distance, but only it means that their actions you see, their sanskars you see, and you don't get disturbed or affected or influenced by it. We go to the center, something happens with us, we share that. How, if there is some problem at home, if there is some big disease or illness at home, we share that. But the sisters remain same. You do like this, you remember Baba. The sisters say same. It doesn't mean that the sisters don't care for us. They care for us a lot. But our mistake, our illness, our family, somebody dies, something happens, it does not shake their stage. They remain stable and they give us Baba's knowledge, Baba's Gyan, Baba's Yoga, power, and make us also powerful. But if the sisters get entangled, oh, this happened, how did this happen, why did this happen, then they also get entangled and they will come down. So that's how we behave at home. Oh, this happened. My child is going through this. So then it's a spiral, downward spiral, where the vehicle would instantly go down because the person who's in front is already shaken. And along with him, if I also shake, then together we will come down at a very fast speed. So whatever happens, still they are Baba's children. They have come with their past sanskars, and so anytime and suddenly in anyone's life, things can come up. But whenever it comes up, what is my role? I have to stay connected with Baba and then give that soul Baba's love, Baba's power, Baba's sakash, so that they also feel that this is not just my mother's love, but through her I'm receiving God's power. Just like when we go to the center, we feel I'm receiving Baba's sustenance when I go to the center. So similarly, our family members should feel that through them we are receiving sustenance of Baba. God is giving us this direction. God is giving us this power. They will feel it if we remain in that consciousness that Baba, what do I have to do for them? Baba, what do I have to give them? So if you bring Baba, Baba in every word, every feeling, then they will also feel it. So there is attachment, but my vibration is going towards, or my sanskars is moving toward divinity, then it will help us. But if they are attached and we are also attached, then it will entangle us. So slowly, don't be harsh on yourself. It's not that one day's effort, but gently, consciousness you change and say that this is Baba's center. I am instrument for the center, and all of these souls are staying here. They are Baba's children here. This is inside consciousness. You don't have to speak it out loud, but this is inside consciousness that this is Baba's center. Make bhog like that, prepare bhog in that way, offer bhog in that way. If you keep that place like a center, then automatically your attachment will move and towards divinity. It will become more divine.
Okay, Didi. Can we now take on the meditation? Because it's time. Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll do meditation.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
अपने आप को देखें,
Look at yourself,
भ्रिकुटी में बीच,
the center of the forehead,
the divine soul.
the divine soul.
मैं दिव्य आत्मा हूँ,
I am a divine soul.
मैं सत्य की दैवी आत्मा हूँ,
I am golden aged deity soul.
और अपने सर के पीछे
And behind your head, see your aura of white light, circle of white light around you. This is the crown of light.
देवी संस्कार,
Deity sanskars,
लाइट का ताज,
the crown of light,
बुद्धि रूपी हाथ,
and the hand of intellect.
हाथ वरदानी मूर्त है,
Both the hands are in the
रूपी हाथ,
form of blessing. The intellect, the hand of intellect,
हर
is the
संकल्प
giving mode in every thought.
सिर्फ और सिर्फ
Only and
देने
only
वाली आत्मा हूँ,
bestower. I am the one who gives.
को सामने
Bring those souls in front of you
हमने कल
towards whom yesterday we said something, some word, or we heard
अभी चेंज करना है,
some word that we need to change now.
उस आत्मा से क्षमा मांगे,
Ask for forgiveness from that soul.
हमने कल उनको दुआ की ऑपोजिट एनर्जी दी थी, उनसे क्षमा मांगे,
we had given them opposite energy to of opposite to blessings, this kind of energy, and so ask for forgiveness.
बाबा से वरदान लेकर उस आत्मा को देना है.
Receive blessings from Baba and bestow upon them. Baba, for this
इस
soul
वर्तमान परिस्थिति में
in this current situation,
जो सीन चल रहा है,
whatever the scene is,
बाबा इनको क्या वरदान देंगे?
Baba, what blessing would you give them?
वो स्वमान की भाषा,
That language of self-respect,
अलौकिक शब्द,
a लौकिक word or spiritual
बाप
word,
समान बोल,
words equal to the Father.
अब उसी लाइन को चेंज करें जो कल कही थी.
Now change that line that you had
और
spoken
उसमें
yesterday.
बाप समान बनकर उस आत्मा के प्रति
And whilst being equal to the Father, say that line to that soul. Give blessing to that soul.
मुझ आत्मा का हर संकल्प दुआ है.
Every thought of I, the soul, is a
हर
blessing.
बोल
Every word
वरदान है.
is a blessing, a
और
good
हर
wish,
कर्म
and every action
कल्याणकारी है.
is benevolent.
मैं सत्य की
I
देवी आत्मा हूँ.
am golden aged deity soul.
ओम शांति.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Shivani Didi ji.
ओम शांति.
So we
Om
have
Shanti.
अभी closing करेंगे, but उसके पहले I will just take 2 minutes for quick
Thank
announcement.
you, Shivani
तो जैसे हम
Didi,
सभी
for a
जानते
wonderful
हैं कि आज
session.
जो भी जुड़े हैं
And
वो
Deepa Ben will end the session, but we will also take 2 minutes to just say that we have completed successfully 3 years of Hindi Murli and 2 years of meeting on Zoom and 1 year of Hindi, English Murli. And I would like to say special thanks for those who do behind the scenes lot of tasks and the ones who do uh, the ones who handle Hindi and English sessions and design team. Special thanks to all of you. Because of you, it is going in obstacle free and it's going very well. And many new brothers and sisters are also joined today. So just for you, we meet every day in this way from 5 to 5:45. You can see the meeting ID. In the same ID, we also meet in the evening. You can join any batch out of the two. And then we also have English Zoom.
साथ ही साथ इंग्लिश के अंदर भी रोज 5:30 से 6:15 जिस मीटिंग आईडी पर आप आज जुड़े हो उसी मीटिंग आईडी पर
It's the same meeting ID that you have joined just now. So on this one, you have 5:30 to 6:15 English Murli in that one, and English churning happens. If you need any other information, then there are these WhatsApp groups are there. There are more than 75 groups in which we add the Murli and the churnings. The contact information is here, and how we also transform our life through Avyakt Murli. You can contact us. Since few months, we also started uploading our churnings on the YouTube channel. So Avyakt Murli Club is the name of the channel.
तो मॉर्निंग 9 9:30 10 बजे तक अपलोड कर दिया जाता है रिकॉर्डिंग्स, तो आप इसका भी लाभ ले सकते हैं इस चैनल पे. थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर जॉइनिंग. ओवर टू दीपा दीदी. ओम शांति. दीपा दीदी जी
वो अनम्यूट नहीं हो रहे। प्रफुल्ल भाई वो अनम्यूट नहीं हो पा रहे हैं।
Om Shanti.
शांति।
Thank you very
Om
much,
Shanti.
Baba, and
Thank you
our sweet
very
Dadi,
much.
especially our गुजार दादी जो निमित्त बने हमारे अव्यक्त मूल्यों के लिए। और मुझे याद है कि जब भी हम शिवानी
So special thanks to Baba and Dadi Gulzar who became Nimit, who instrument for bringing us Avyak Murlis of Baba, and Shivani Didi, you also. How I remember that how much Dadi had so much interest in Avyak Murli, and with so much interest and love she would listen it. So Baba, just at student life, he has taught us to remain light. And when I was hearing you, I feel Baba also says us that he is touching us in his own ways. You know, in whatever role we are, we definitely come in some comfort zone. And as you said, slowly, slowly we go down that we don't even realize. But Baba, how he has given us Avyak Murlis, that's like a blessing that we realize. And so a lot of thanks to Baba and Dadis, and a special thanks to you, because whatever you shared according to today's time, whatever Baba wants to touch us, you have become instrument and have touched us. So we all brothers and sisters, we are all Baba's students, but especially the students of Avyakt Murli, they're very, very thanks that you are playing such beautiful role, and you're playing such an amazing role that many souls are taking benefit. So like Praful Pai is saying that Baba has made so many teachers that get up every morning and do it with so much love, this service, and whilst doing their own locking job and everything, keeping their busy schedule, but they're able to remove time for others. So all the instrument teachers, thank you very much. Baba, thanks to you, and all many children will keep increasing in this Avyak Murli Club, and with YouTube channel, lot will take benefit. So thank you so much, Shivani Devi. Om Shanti. Thank you.
शुक्रिया आपका प्यारे प्रभु, शुक्रिया शुक्रिया आपका प्यारे प्रभु, शुक्रिया मुझको जीवन दान दिया, अपना बना लिया।
शुक्रिया आपका